Right, the way my game is going to work is I'm going to end up with 4 different types of cars in 8 lanes, and 2 will go from left to right, and well, actually 4 will go from left to right, and 4 will go from right to left. So the temptation is, well, if you've got 1 car, that's no problem. You can just right click and duplicate that, and that would create a car bug 2 there, which we could position there. And if I were to run this now, it will look like there's only 1 car, and the reason for that is because when you copy an object, exactly the same scripts go with it, and that's why we now have 2 cars in the same lane. So I'm actually going to delete that because that's a little bit messy. And I want to show you a smarter way of doing this, and this is going to introduce, perhaps this is probably the most important video, because it's going to introduce the 2 features of Sratch 2 that make it very different to Sratch 1. In Sratch 1, for every car you wanted appearing on your screen, you had to have separate sprites, just like I did there. But in Sratch 2, you don't. Now, what we're going to say is this: when this is clicked, when the green flag is clicked, what's going to happen is this script is going to be run. But what I can do is that I can also say my car is going to show, it's going to go to a certain size, it's going to show, it's going to set to a certain size, it's going to go to a certain position, and then in control I'm able to choose this option, create clone of myself. Okay? Now, once I've created a clone of myself, what I'm able to do is choose this option that says when I start as clone. Right? Now, when I start as a clone, I want one more. I could select where that clone is going to go. So, for example, it might appear down here around about x equals minus, and y is equal to, let's make it minus 90. Okay? So I really want maybe to go to minus 210. Actually, I don't want that. I want minus 260 and minus 90. So that's where my clone is going to go. Alright? Now, what I'd like you to do is the following. We know that this block of code enables a car, when it hits the edge, to come back and reappear. So in theory, I could duplicate that and put that there. There's going to be a problem with that. I mean, I'm giving this to you now, really. Break this apart a little bit just to prove a point. Oh, I start, I create a clone, and I do the normal thing. The clone goes to a certain position, and then we copy the actions of the previous car. And you're thinking it should work. It doesn't. Not quite. I'm going to leave you to experiment and see if you can solve the problem on your own. I promise you, you don't need any extra blocks to do it. Off you go.